We're joined now by a friend and ally of the president, Christopher Ruddy, CEO of the conservative website Newsmax. Chris, thanks for joining us again this morning. You just saw the division laid out in the White House right now by Tom Yamas. Bottom line, it does seem to be that the president is tipping toward keeping that campaign promise.
Well, it seems that way, George, based on the press reports. I do think, and you had 22 senators, I think Tom mentioned this, right to the president, including the Senate Majority Leader McConnell, saying we should pull out. It's very onerous. You know, people forget, I lived in Europe. You've been over to Europe many times. People don't drive as much. American cars, to reduce your carbon emission footprint on your car by 26% by the year 2025, that is going to be, it's cost the auto industry here billions and billions of dollars. It'll cost American consumers during that period. So we should look at the impact. I personally think that the president should kick this over to the Senate because it impacts American lives. There should be a treaty discussion on it. There should be modifications. And if, look, China's not implementing theirs until 2030, why should we be doing it by 2025?
Let's talk about the divisions inside the White House as well. And more reports the president is isolated, frustrated, unhappy with his staff, wants a big shakeup. In the past, you've advocated that.
Well, let's go over the president's mood. I'm hearing that he's in a good, positive mood. He came back from Europe, put the NATO allies on notice. Hey, you can't be underspending us by a third to two-thirds in defense spending. Great meetings in Israel and the Arab world. I think there's always going to be divisions. I do think there's going to be a couple of major changes, 2 or 3 changes in the next 2 to 3 months. I don't think it'll be a wholesale shake-up, but that's good. I think it's also normal. This is not a politician that was elected to office. He is finding out and discovering what really works and who the key people he needs. So I think the changes will be good, and I think it'll be positive.
President up and tweeting again early this morning, of course, was up early yesterday morning as well with that famous now Kofefe tweet. Lawyers are telling him you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble if you keep tweeting about Russia and the investigations. Is there anybody there who can get a handle on this?
Well, the president has to get a handle on it. I personally think, I predicted it would take about 6 months for those tweets to become under more of a discipline review process. The president is a guy that likes to speak his mind. This is how he made his whole career. I think it's his personality. He is no longer really Donald Trump. He's the head of state. He represents the American people. I do think the tweets are very good. He should keep doing tweets. There should just be a review process of 2 or 3 people that look at it. I personally don't think, I'm not his legal counsel, he shouldn't be talking about anything now under criminal investigation, and be very careful about that. But I think these tweets coming out at midnight are not helping his popularity and his standing with the press and the public.
Chris Ruddy, thanks very much. And I will be anchoring ABC's live coverage of President Trump's announcement on the Paris Climate Accord. That will come from the Rose Garden at approximately 3 p.m. Eastern.